Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Natalia. Subscribe to my channel, like, share this video, comment. I'm stretching, but I just was thinking, like, me and my ex-wife, we were supposed to be soulmates, but she thought it was a joke. She literally prayed for me to have me by her side. And then she did me dirty. So I am coming to terms with the fact that we were soulmates, but, you know, sometimes shit happens. But, you know, you can have more than one soulmate. And I always wonder, like, is there gonna be someone out there for me? That's not a cheater. That's not gonna have wondering eyes. I always wonder that. Because I can always feel when people have it. And you know, when I first started on this journey of love, I was very young. I was very depressed all the time. I thought I was never gonna find love. But really, it wasn't because I didn't love myself. I mean, it was because I didn't love myself. That's why I couldn't ever find love. I used to be really depressed. Way more depressed than I've been now. I used to try to take myself out. I used to. And I can't believe I ever did. Because life is actually really cool and beautiful. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's real hard. But it's okay. I am not the only traveler who has not repaid his debt. I've just been stretching because I'm about to go to the gym. But I had to go through those things with my ex. My ex-wife. We were together for 5 years. We were married. We were legally married. Legally. For 5 years. I remember when we first met. We actually met through someone I worked with. And then I met her again a few years later. But when I first met her, I never thought we would have been together. But when I met her again, she would look at me and she would be like this. You know, I thought that was cute. And when we would hang out every day after work in my car, or like I'd give her a ride home, she'd always be talking about she wants to find someone to date, and she'd always be talking about girls. And I'd be like, no, you don't need any of them. Because what about me? And then we started staying the night together. And then one night, we actually like we stayed the night again, and she had a hickey on her neck, and I didn't care because we were just talking, we weren't really dating. And then we actually had intercourse. And then I was like, I asked her, is this dating or are we just a fling? And she asked me, what do I want it to be? And I really did love her. I really did. And then I should have seen the first red flag when we first started dating. She's like drunk and calling me, and she's like calling me late at night to come and see her, and she was far away. And I was like, I can't leave right now because the person that I'm staying with is not gonna let me leave. And she's like calling me a child. Why won't you just come? Nobody owns you, blah, blah, blah. That should have been my first red flag. Because, what? If you live with somebody, you have to go by their rules. The second red flag should have been when we moved in together. She was always worried about how much money I had. The third red flag should have been that also, when we were living together, in the first month of dating, that she would break up with me every other day. She even invited a female over to sleep in the same bed as her. And I felt completely stuck, and I felt like my world was crushed. And then I tried to kill myself. That should have been another red flag. Because if you're with somebody and they push you to that point, you know, and then when I finally decided, let's move out of where we were living, because I thought maybe it was just because we were living there and that nobody liked me there. I thought maybe it was just because of that. That's why all the toxic stuff was going on. So I got a place in Fort Smith. Well, I can't remember if I put their names on it. I don't think I put her or her sister's name on it. I can't remember. I think I did. I can't remember though. And we moved there. And I would always find like hairs in the bathtub, the shower, that weren't our hairs, me or the other girlfriend's hair, because her sister lived there too. That should have been a red flag. And every time I would become a manager at a Sonic, she would make me quit my job because I was being a hoe. I literally worked all day. I would work open to almost damn near close as a car hop until I would be able to become manager. Every time. And my manager, my bosses, they would be so disappointed in me when I would quit. And I would have to make up some excuse of why I was quitting. And blame it on something stupid. And then when me and her would get into a fight, she would say, "You're the one that quit because of this." Like, that is gaslighting as fuck. And then one night, we were drunk. And she literally attacked me. She attacked me. And then she left me. I remember she was choking me, and her sister came down the stairs to pull it off of me. And then she ran out the door. And then we got back together. And we were at her parents' house. And she was acting like I was so abusive. And she told me that I came at her, that she didn't do anything to me. That should have been a major red flag, but I still stayed. That was the second month we were together. I remember she was drunk and all she cared about was if I had money or not. And she wanted chicken nuggets. And I'm like, I can't buy chicken nuggets because you're not even working. And I have to be able to pay for this rent. So all I have for you is chicken noodles. I'm sorry. And she got so pissed at me. Then I made her start working. Because I was like, you need a job, you need to get a job. Like, you have to get a job. Because I can't. This is hard. This is hard to support us. It's just hard to do it all on your own. She got a job with the Sonics that I was working at. And they came to me and they're like, it seems like she doesn't like working. She hates it. Well, who likes working? Nobody wants to work. We all have to work to survive. You know, money just doesn't come out of your ass. Doesn't just go poof, I'm here. So for months, I would suspect that she was cheating. But the whole time, her and her sister and her sister's girlfriend and whoever was the friends that were around or her family members, they would call me crazy. All the time. And say that I'm crazy. They would always all call me crazy. And this girl, she would sometimes have hickeys on her neck. But she would be like, she would just say that she scratched her neck. Or she would have scratches on her neck. And she would say that she scratched it. And I would get called crazy. And I would find stuff wherever we would be living. There was one time when my mom actually came to visit from out of state. I went to her job and she got mad at me. I went to my wife's job and she got mad at me. She punched me. This was the first time we were like sober and she actually hit me sober. She punched me right here and my nose was gushing blood. And I went home where my mom was. She was at my house. She said, "What happened?" And I said, "I got into a fight with some girls. I don't even know who they were." I'm not a fighting type. I can talk all big and bad if I want to, but I'm not the fighting type. But eventually, she told me that I should start doing Snapchat Premium. It's where you start selling your content, your nudes on Snapchat. But later on, I would come to find out that she used that as an excuse to say that I'm doing whatever I want and that I'm being a hoe. This was the most gaslighting relationship that I have ever been in my whole life. Like, deadass. She eventually, cause like I had gave up dancing, right? Cause I had, if you watch my other videos, you'll see I had a baby in 2017. I thought I was done with dancing. Well, 2018, she got me to go back to dancing. She quit her job. So I lived in Arkansas at this time. And I had to drive to Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, to dance. And sometimes she would go with me, sit in the car, or we would get a hotel. But most of the time, she would stay in Arkansas, and she had no job. She would stay in Arkansas, and I worked. I worked all the way to 3 a.m. I would go there at like 5. I'd probably go there at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, get there at 5 p.m. Stay till 3 a.m. Takes 2 hours to drive back. Sometimes I would have to drive fucked up because I didn't have anyone to drive me. And I would be the only one making money. And that was hard. And then we tried to move to Oklahoma. That didn't work out. So Went back to Sonic. Oh, we tried to live with my dad, but also I wasn't allowed to see my granny or my dad or anyone because my family didn't really like her because they could see through her bullshit. And I wasn't allowed to talk to my family about anything that made me sad. So I was completely cut off from my family. She started drama with me and my family, so we wouldn't talk. One of my cousins still will not talk to me at all. And I barely got to see my granny before she passed away because my granny didn't like her. Every lesbian that I've ever brought over to my granny's house, my granny liked. For some reason, my granny didn't like her. And every time I would try to go and see my granny when she was in the rest home, my wife would be like, trying to break up with me. And she was still married to her other wife. And one day I gave her an ultimatum and I said, either you have to get a divorce with your other wife and marry me, or we break up. And we did that. And it was my first marriage. And the whole day of my wedding day, all she did was yell at me. The whole day. So my first marriage, my first wedding day, that should be my only wedding day, my first wedding day was hell. It was horrible. When that should have been the happiest day of my life. It was hell. I kind of wish I would have waited, but I really loved her. With all of my heart. I really did love her with all of my heart. I loved her with all of my heart. And for the whole, from 2017 to 2021, it was just the same shit all over again. Arguing, fighting, the cheating, the hoes. So one day, I went to work, and my work was pissing me off. I just got paid. And I thought, you know, what if maybe we just move away from there? She won't have any hoes. I won't have to worry about any hoes. We moved to Florida. At first, she hated it here. And I know it was because she didn't have any hose. But then, she found hose quickly. It was probably about only like a month, 2 months that she didn't have hose. And I thought it was going pretty good. But then the same exact shit started to recycle. The same shit. And even all the friends that were her friends that were supposed to be our friends were all calling me crazy again. And this time I was finding more shit, like underwear, eyelashes, chargers, little kid toys. Girls would be trying to be my friends, but I could see the way that they were looking at my wife. I turned around one day and I caught them like lipping to each other, like whispering, lipping, like talking. And I didn't say anything. Oh, I did, but they were all just calling me crazy. So, one day I prayed to God, and I was like, God, can you just send someone to tell me that, she is cheating on me? I just need a sign. I need to know I'm not crazy. So, fast forward to 2023, January. It was her birthday. Her co-worker comes over that she used to work with, that works at the store next to the store she was working at. And he actually tells me in front of her that her and her manager shut down their store and they fucked. And she's like looking at me and she's like smiling and she's like, do you believe him or do you believe me? And then I was like confused. And she's like telling me, we can't shut down the store early, blah, 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 blah. So, I was being gaslit. I didn't know what to do, anything. So I believed her. Even though I had asked God to send that sign to me. And one day, after that, we got our W-2s. This was this year. And it's November right now. And I'm finally talking about it. But, we got our taxes. This was like at the beginning of February. We got not our taxes, we got our W-2s. She's like up all night. And she does our taxes apparently with the tax lady. Well, I'm like, okay, cool, fine. I don't think nothing of it. We do our taxes together every year. We've been together for 5 years. And, I had just lost my car in October of 2022. It was crazy because I did find a blonde curly hair in my car. Because there was this passenger mirror, the passenger mirror that folds down. She punched it, so it was cracked. And I found a curly blonde hair in there. Mind you, my hair is blonde, yes, but my hair is not curly. By far, it's not curly. And I haven't curled my hair since a long time, okay? I've curled it one time of being in Florida. Once. And my hair is not short at all. At all. My hair is long. And I always have roots that are like dark unless I just dyed my hair. And this hair was completely blonde. It was short. It was curly. There was handprints like someone had worked their way up from the back to the front. So it's kind of like a blessing that I had lost the car. A blessing. But, I kept finding shit in the house. There was even one time before I even lost the car, I had left my phone on record and took in her sister to work, or her sister's girlfriend or something. Came home, listened to the recording, and you could hear moaning. And I showed it to her sister. I was like, what does this sound like? And she's like, sounds like moaning. And I was like, that's your fucking sister. And she's like, she would never do that. And then she immediately started calling me crazy. And she's like, that's not moaning. But okay. But, we had Valentine's Day together this year. I don't even know what day Valentine's Day is. I think we had Valentine's Day together. I don't even remember. But I remember the day that we broke up. It was February 28th, I believe. I woke up and she said, oh, good. And before I tell this part, mind you, everywhere that we had lived together, our house would be messy. So messy that every time when I would clean it, spend all day cleaning it on my days off, cleaning it, deep cleaning it, because it would be so dirty. It would immediately the next day go right back to being just as dirty as it was. Trash everywhere, dirt, food, trash, everything, everywhere. She wouldn't help me take the animals out, nothing. Okay? I had to do all the cleaning by myself. And then she would always yell at me and be like, call me trash, say that I'm trashy and that I make all this mess and that I'm tripping and that I'm crazy and that I'm nasty and that she be cleaning. And I would just be like, what? What? And you know, I would always ask her to go to the beach with me, and she didn't want to go to the beach. She hated the beach. I'd ask her to make videos with me. She didn't like videos. And you know, after we broke up, I'd look at pictures that we had taken together, and I'm just like, she was mocking me. It was like, almost like she was mocking me, making fun of me. Like, I really thought she loved me. I really did love her so much. I'd do anything for her. But, so I woke up on February 28th. I'm pretty sure that's the day. And she said, "Oh, good. You're awake. Now you can cook something for me." I stretched. Said, "Okay." I got up. I went outside. I went and sat on my landlord's, the trailer park manager's porch, steps, whatever. Talked to her for a little bit. Then I came back home. Went inside. And I said, "Actually, you can cook for me and start respecting me, or you can get the fuck out." And she said, "All right." And she packed a bag and left. And immediately whenever she walked out that door, I dropped to my knees and I started bawling. And my world was so broken, and I was so broken. And I thought, this is it. This is the end of my world. And I cried so much. Almost just as much as whenever I gave up my son. I made myself sick. So, I begged for her back. I begged for her and begged for her and begged for her to come back for 2 days. No answer. No reply. I go to the gas station where her cousin works. I'm not even looking for her at this point. It was the 3rd day. And her cousin says to me, "You know, she left and went to a girl's house." And I was like, okay. So at that point, I didn't want anything to do with her. I didn't want her to come back. It was the 3rd day of her being gone. I didn't want her to come back. Because I begged for her for 2 days. And I didn't want her to come back after that. And she actually tried to come back that day. And I said no. And I wouldn't let her come back. And she kept trying. 444 on the clock. It was 449. 4449. But someone's trying to call me. But she kept breaking in to the trailer, like busting the windows and shit, breaking the trailer that we lived in. And I told the landlord and the trailer park manager, I said, look, if you're not gonna let me take her off the lease and kick her out, then I'm going to move out of here, whether you give me a place to stay or not, because I'm not paying for these damages. She is going to pay for these damages. I'm not paying for the damages. And I don't have any family here. I don't have anybody. I don't even really have family at all. Like, I could call my mom, but that's it. I can't live with her or anything like that. I can call my cousin, Shania, but I can't live with her or anything like that. And that's it. My dad's in prison. I don't have anybody. And so I left the trailer because she kept breaking in every day trying to get back with me. And I just was so done. I was with her for 5 years. I'm tired of being traumatized. I've been traumatized my whole life, growing up, by molestation, getting beat up by the people that I love that were my family. One person in particular, of the beating. I was an outcast to my family. I probably still am. I've been on a journey on my own for so long. For so long. I've been on my own for so long. You'd think I would have it together by now. But for so long I was on drugs. And I didn't care about anything. But I left that trailer, and I left the animals in that trailer because she kept breaking in every day. But lo and behold, the day that I decide to leave, she just doesn't come for a week. So now I'm a piece of shit. And I left the animals there. Which I guess I am a piece of shit. I guess I am. And people are still gonna probably call me crazy. My whole life, people have called me crazy. It doesn't faze me at all when people call me crazy. It really doesn't. So, she got the dog, and the cats, one of them lives outside of that trailer park, and then somebody else took the other cat in. That's what she told me. So, she got the dog. Okay, I kept her and her family blocked for months, because like they all did me dirty, like so dirty. Even all the people that were our friends, I literally cut off every single person that was, even if they were just my friend during that time. and had nothing to do with her, because they probably did. I don't know. I cut everybody off. I stayed here in Florida. I was so depressed. I literally would lay on the bed like this, and I wouldn't get up for days. I wouldn't even eat. I would not get up for days. I was so skinny. All I would do is drink alcohol and sleep. And I would go to work every once in a while, and I was making enough. But then it got dead at work. It got slow. So then I wasn't making enough. And I was too depressed to go every day to make enough. I was too depressed to try. And I actually became homeless. And I asked her for money, and she told me that she had gotten our taxes, but when we were in the middle of breaking up, I had told her to keep the taxes, that I didn't want them. So she kept the taxes. She didn't give me any. Which, that's my fault. But when I needed some money, I tried to get some from her. Couldn't. And during this time, when I asked her for money and she didn't send me any, I started getting, because our phones were connected. Our emails or something, somehow, were connected. And I got emails of her, of receipts of her sending money to her ex-wife, the first wife. And I immediately called her. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So then I was like, I was at the park here in Florida. And had all my stuff. I actually got into a fight with a homeless man. It was actually kind of scary. And I was calling my dad, and I was screaming before he went to prison. And I was like calling him and screaming, and I was like, I just don't want to be on the streets. Please, Dad, please. He wouldn't send me any money. But I knew he had money. Because he was a drug dealer. Selling drugs, doing drugs, selling drugs. But that's okay. I knew he wasn't going to. He only sends me money every once in a while. Every big once in a while. I think it's because he feels bad. Which, he doesn't have to send me money. But I feel like you should be able to ask your parents for help. If they are able to help. If they are. But I'm 28 years old, so I should have it together right now. So it doesn't matter. I still love my dad. My mom can't help me at all. It's okay though. I love them both, so. Even after everything in my life that I've been through, I still love them. Even if their intentions for me are not good, I still will always love them with my whole heart. Because at the end of the day, they're still my family. And my granny always used to say, when I would say, I hate them, I hate them, I hate them, she would always say, that's your mom, that's your dad. You shouldn't hate anyone, no matter what they do. She always loved them. So, I will. But, I moved to Arkansas, and I think I stayed there for about 5 months. Oh man, was that a journey. That was a journey for sure. I'll probably continue this video when I feel like it. Because right now I'm probably about to go to the gym, but I don't know, it's really dark outside, so I don't know. I'm probably gonna, I don't know. Have a blessed day, guys, and I'm sorry that this video is so long.